Thanks for joining me. We made it. A few technical difficulties, but here we are. So, welcome to the Makery. Thank you very much for joining me. Bet you didn't expect this, did you? You expected the hands. So, this is the first Makery broadcast, and we are coming to you live, I hope. Pixie B is here with me, so she's waving. Thank you very much for joining me. We've got such a fun day planned for everybody. So what I'm going to start by doing is just explaining the event a little bit, and then we're going to hop straight in and do our first make. In group, that's the Facebook group, you will see some posts from the Pixies. There are 3 different posts. One from Pixie Sue, hey Pixie Sue. One from Pixie Hayley, hey Hayley. And one from Pixie Vanessa. Each Pixie has their own Pixie box. It's a surprise box, and I have them here. Each one is completely different, and each Pixie, they don't know what's in each other's boxes, so it's all a lot of fun. Everyone, or each one of them, has come up with their own little sort of game or sort of interaction that you can be a part of, and you don't need to have purchased anything to join in these free giveaways. They are free to all members. Each one will have a different set of rules or ways that you participate. Each one will end at 3 p.m, at which point the Pixies will number all of the entries and the commenting will be turned off, and then we will do the draw in the second live broadcast later on. So, if the Pixies get out of hand, some of you may have seen that in groups sometimes when they get a little bit unruly, I put up a Pixie pacifier post. And I just want to reassure people that Pixies are real, as is the pacifier. I have it. Beware. They're all like, oh. So, what we're going to do, we're going to start with our first make. Now, if you've got the event box, in there is everything you need to make both of the broadcasts with me today. If you don't worry, you can still watch. There's still going to be some fun, and what we're going to do is make the first make, and then we're going to have a game of FLINGO. And for those of you who don't know, FLINGO is fluff bingo. And everybody who's got the event cards, the event boxes, will have a FLINGO card that's been allocated to them. I'll explain more about the rules of that once we get to that particular part of the game. So, we're going to hop in and start making our first make. And the first one is this thank you sheep. So, if some of you may have not opened your boxes yet, so you might want to open them now. And this is the make that we're going to be making right here now in this broadcast. I'll run through what's in this little kit. You've got a 4-inch card blank. You've got 2 optional stickers. You've got thinking of you and thank you. You've got your black and white fluff. You do, of course, have your sheep templates. And then right down in the bottom, you've got a Makery and a washer. And that's so that you're going to be able to create this little guy over here. And then you can remove him from the card, have him as a fridge magnet for your fridge. So, I will apologise up front because obviously this being our first live broadcast, you get the unedited version of me. Not the lovely edited version where I edit out all of the times I crack myself up. So, we'll see how this goes. We're going to start by making the body of the sheep. So I'm just going to move everything to one side. So we have the body of the sheep and you have your white fluff. Now the first thing I want you to do is just pull off a tiny little pinch This will be about 2 grams, is it, B? 2 grams, yes. Peanut Gallery confirms 2 grams, which is about what you need to make quite a full sheep body, and that's what we're going to be doing. You shouldn't need to weigh this out, but as always, I've got my trusty little pocket scale and my trifle pot. It's very important to have trifle pots. So I will weigh this out. Just under 2. What I'm going to do to start with is just split this in half. I'm an avid tidier. You'll get to know this about me. So what we're going to do is start filling the template, and as a lot of the templates that I show you, you fill from the outside in towards the middle. So all I'm going to do is pull off a pinch, fold it over so you've got that sort of rolled edge, and then that rolled edge is going to go up into that curve, bumpy bit in there. Very light tacking stabs. I'm using my 38 spiral, so that's the purple top one. So very, very light, and you can see it's just starting to take the shape of that first bump. So into the bump, I'm going to switch up to my 40 spiral actually. Just up into that bump and leave the frizzy bit there. And this is now just very lightly tacked to my mat. Obviously I'm working on my flat mat with a felt topper. So very lightly tacked to my surface. And then I'm going to pull off another pinch and put that one up into there. And this is just laying down the first sort of base layer, and then we'll fill it up. But we want to make sure that we get that base layer nicely into those bumps. And then you want this to overlap. Just a few tacking stabs jumping around. And we're going to work around all of these. So I hope you are all very excited about the event today. We are sad not to be at the show. It would have been lovely to see you all, or to see some of you, but this is the next best thing, I feel. And I figured it was time that I came out from behind the camera and waved to you all. So I'm just going to move this around and rotate my mat so that I can get to these other bumps. So these are all very lightly tacked to my surface. And we're not using a big driving motion, we're just very lightly just hitting that surface. There. A few more bumps to do. As some of you know, I do wander with my projects when I'm on camera, so I will do my best to keep it in the middle for you. And this is the last bump of the first layer. And there we go. Okay, so we've got that first layer in, and all of this in the middle here, I'm just going to felt down so that it's all nicely overlapped, nicely joined. And again, because I'm not driving into my mat, I'm not driving those fibres in. Obviously if you're working on a different surface, your surface may be a little more grabby, but let me just turn this back round. There, so it's a bit thin in the middle at the moment. We don't want to felt down too much because we've still got all of this to go in, but I think, be brave, there's our first sort of overview of that sort of template. So we're going to tickle it off. You don't just want to grab and pull, just tickle it off and it will look like a hot mess. As do so many of my projects. Back into the template, just a few little stabs just to pop it back down in. And now we're going to start adding some more. Now you don't have to use all of this. You use as much as you want. I'm going to try and get all of that in there. Simply because it will take me a while. So again, what I'm doing now is I'm just putting some fluff up into those bumps and leaving the middle frizzy. And it's a bit thinner in the middle than it is around the outside at the moment, but that's okay. We're going to work around. So while I'm doing this, FLINGO. FLINGO came about in part thanks to Nikki, thank you Nikki, who decided one day in group to play mum bingo. Apparently I have little terms and phrases that I say frequently on the vid. Do I though? I do. She's nodding at me. Apparently I do. So Nikki decided to start watching the videos and seeing while she was felting how many times I would say these little phrases, and she called it Mum Bingo. And as we were planning this event, we decided that a game of bingo would be awesome and hilarious, but that we would make it with the colours of the wool that we use. So hence FLINGO was born. So you have Nikki to thank for FLINGO. I hope you are all enjoying the group as well. It only started back in January. Goodness, it's not that long. And I do believe that we are possibly over 700 members already. So thank you guys for making this such an awesome group. It's been so much fun. The amount of times that I have literally been on my computer crying with laughter at some of the posts and comments. It's been a real tonic. So you're all crazy. Just thought I'd, let you know you're all mental. I believe one of, is it Pixie Vanessa's giveaway? It's Fudge, isn't it? Fudge. She's asking you to name a Makery sort of themed name for a new fudge. I feel that there may be ulterior motives there. I think that they're going to be angling for a new fudge soon. But okay, so I'm working over. We're almost done. I've actually stayed with my 40 spiral, which is my very light needle, because I don't want to felt things down too severely at the moment. So I'm just putting in as much as I can. I think I may have filled this bit up twice. Almost done. I still have quite a bit of wool left, and this is feeling particularly solid. So I'm going to just, I've got all of this left. I'm just going to put a bit extra in the middle. But the idea is that you fill the template up. The template is 10mm. And if you fill it up to that thickness and felt it quite firmly, then that's about the thickness of sheep body that you want, so it's really sort of nice and pronounced. So I'm just going to lift my template again, tickle it off, put it back in, round to the edges again, and we're not going to be ironing this because we want that sort of full volume sheep. We don't want a flat sheep. Nobody likes a flat sheep. We want fluffy sheep. So this one is a bit empty. So I'm going to put a bit more in there. And you want to get all your fibres in fairly firmly, but don't felt them too firm too quickly, otherwise you'll end up with layers. So you need to get it filled up and then sort of really felt it down, and then top it up a little bit in any thin spots that you have. So that's about full. I'm just going to check. Yep. So 2 grams, maybe a little excessive. I wanted to make sure that you've got enough. You can always sort of grab little pinches and roll them into balls, and then add little balls over if you want, once you've felted this really firmly, and that way you can get a little more texture. But we're just going with the straight cloud version. So I've got a little bit more room in there. Just filling it up. Making sure it's relatively even. I think that's good. So once you've got your template filled, we're going to start compacting this now, and the way that I do that is it's tiny little short stabs, so you're only using the first couple or few barbs on the needle, you're not using the whole needle. And if I do this in a prominent place, it's just tiny little stabs all in one area. And I don't know if you can see it, but you can see how it's compacting them down. And that's what we're just going to do all over. I am going to do it quite quickly, because we want, this is going to be used as a fridge magnet, so it's going to be handled. So obviously if it's going to be handled, you want something that's really felted quite firmly to hand up to the robustness. Okay, so I'm going to work all over. And this was going to be one of the make and takes that we were going to do at the event, which was at the NEC. We were going to do this one. What else were we going to do? The lovely lavender and a strawberry. And I do have plans to... The lovely lavender is already on the YouTube channel. You can go and see that one straight away. The strawberry will be coming soon. That's going to be a new make it with. And for those of you who don't know, the make it with tutorials are extra projects and tutorials that are extra projects and creations that you can make with existing template sets. So they're not anything that you need to make an extra purchase for. It's just additional projects that you can make with that template set. There's also PDF a PDF project rather on the website, which is under projects, infos and downloads, and that's Mr. Fox, and the Mr. Fox project is courtesy of Pixie Hayley, so thank you, Hayley. Okay, so I'm just about there, I think, and this is all really quite solid now, she says, carrying on with the felting. Felters are inherent fiddlers. Just got to felt a little bit more, just to make sure. So there, that I believe will do it. So I'm going to pop that out of the template, and you can see I've got this lovely little cloud shape. Now, if you noticed, I hadn't turned it over until now. I kept this side towards the mat, and that's because generally I find that the side that faces the mat, providing you're not really driving the fibres out the other way, the side that faces the mat comes out a little bit nicer. You can see that there, to that one, which has the needle marks and sort of pip holes in it. So this is going to be the face that will face you, and this will be the side that we put the Makery on. So that's the body, and I'm going to pop that to one side now, and as you can see I've still got probably what's that, probably about 0.5 grams, so I think I might have overestimated a little bit. But you can really stuff that. Obviously I'm not doing it quite so full. This one over here, he's quite chunky, to be fair. He has a bit of a chunky fluff. So that I'll put to one side. And next we're going to do the little head. So you've got some black, and again I just want you to pull off a wisp of a pinch. It's not very much at all. There's no weights and measures. These are for his eyeballs. So just pull yourself off a little bit, and then we're going to do this in the template for the head. I'm going to start with his ears. So again, pull off a pinch. Fold it over, so you've got that rolled edge, and then the rolled edge just up into the ear. And I do apologise because I know that this isn't going to come out on video very well because it's black in a black template. But that's okay, we'll manage. Oh, I just pulled all that apart. So, I've just pulled its ear off. Let's just put that back in. Get in there. Right. So, and again, that fold over. Let me just turn my mat around. Up into his ear. Like so. And then this is just going to be a case of as we were filling the whole thing. So I'm going to do a rolled edge down in his what's that? It's his nose or his chin, his snoot. I'm gonna do oh, I'm going to start making up words. So right down into there. Rolled edge. So let's see, as I fill this fill this up. That first layer down sort of loosely. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it. I might not have. There is about a 10 to 12 second delay between what I'm doing and you seeing it. So if you if you have any questions, type them in chat. B is monitoring chat. So if anybody has any questions, then feel free. And no, Hayley, you cannot have any more fudge. I just thought I'd get that one in there.
Chrissy does say flat sheet equal mint sauce.
Flat, oh. Oh, right. So we're gonna crack on and get this. I think I'm doing quite well for time. How am I doing for time?
It's 12 o'clock.
Oh, I'm doing okay. I can actually slow down. I was so worried that I was just going to be so slow doing this. But we're fine. So I've got all my fluff in there. I think it was 0.5, 0.3. B is, she's the person that I phone to math. Because basically, I don't math if I'm hungry. And I don't math if I've just eaten, and I don't math on a day that ends with Y. And as long as none of those are occurring, then I will happily math. But quite often, even though I've made them several times, I will have to phone B up. Help me math! How much do I need for this kit? You're like the fluff pixie, aren't you? Yeah. B is a more a behind the scenes pixie, aren't you? And she's sat over there at the moment. And to be fair, it does look like she's in Pixie Central Command. I feel that she may be plotting with the other pixies to take over the world, because she's got her phone is here. And she's got a monitor in front of her, and she's got a laptop or an iPad thing to the side of her. And she's like, and I'm worried. I may need this. I'm just saying, by the end of the day, I may need this. So, right, back to the sheep. So, I think that's it all in and down. There we go, there's his roughed out. That's still very frizzy and very fluffy. So back into the template. And again, I'm keeping that same face down. Okay, I'm just going to work over this. Now, I don't know, there's another thread going on in group at the moment, which Pixie Sue put up yesterday. And it was for show us your funnies or tell us your funnies. And basically, if you find the thread in group, it's just a little humorous kind of thread that's going on of things that make you giggle. And I have been told that it has been stated to keep it clean. So, but I did pull up a couple of them earlier when I was getting ready for this, and oh, they did make me chuckle. So I'll get some to pop up on screen in a second, but for now, back to the sheep. And there he is, felted down. You want the face to be a little bit flatter than the body. There he is. Now I've got sort of a bit of fluffy edges. I do apologise for the black. It's not working so well on camera, but it's all a learning curve. I'm going to pop him back into his template and just go around those edges again, using that compression technique. Tiny, tiny, short little light stabs all over. Like so. And there you have it, your little sheepy head. Now you could obviously carry on a little bit more, felt it down a little bit more, however you want. I'm just going to give some extra definition just to that curve in the top of the head by going in here and in here. So B, what's going on in chat? Because I can't see any of it.
They want more boxes, please, because of self-isolation. More boxes and live events.
More Oh, I bet Hayley's loving this. Hayley has been very much with the, on the next one. I'm like, oh my God, let me get through this one. So, there's...
Unfortunately, has been stabbing in a rice bag, tried to lift
Okay.
parts, and they've stuck and ripped apart.
Oh no! Do you need a flat mat? No, I'm kidding. Your surface is important. Obviously, what you felt on does can massively affect what you're doing. Obviously, most of the stuff that Mum's Makery does is templates. So a good, nice, strong, flat surface is a godsend. Before I did the flat mat, obviously I worked on foam, and you'll see the progression through my videos over the last year. I started out on foam, and then more recently I had a felted, a handmade felted mat, courtesy of B, who made it for me. Basically, she had one and I stole it, but I relieved you of it. I thought I was doing you a favour, and it really made a difference having that nice solid felted surface. And you can make them yourself. You have to get a great big thick wedge of wool that is like about this thick, and you stab it and you wet felt it, and then you stab it some more. And it is good because you can just keep adding to it. So if you want to make your own, you absolutely can do that. Do bear in mind that it shrinks when you wet felt it, so you actually need something that is something like that probably when you start piling all the fluff up. So there are lots of techniques and tutorials and stuff for wet felting, so you know, have a look at those. And then you just keep needle felting and wet felting. And what she did was she did grey on one side and white on the other, so you could flip it over depending on what colours you were felting. And this is the whole evolution for the flat mat. And then we found this stuff, which is amazing. And since I've been felting on a flat mat with the topper, it just can create such lovely smooth finishes. So rice bags are a favourite of mine as well. I like rice bags when you're felting 3D creatures. I find rice bags are useful because if you've got a set of them, what you can do is you can stack them and arrange them so it nestles your project and holds it for you. So, and you know, it's got a good weight to it. You can knock a dent into the rice bag, and you know, you can really help it hold or it will help you hold your project in place. So, you know, there is that. The brushes are interesting. I never really gotten on with a brush. That's probably just me, but I have had a go and I didn't like it, but you know, everybody's different. So over the course of this last year, the mats and things have progressed to the point where you've got a flat mat. I do think that the flat mat for me personally works really well. if I were doing 3D, I probably would still use my rice bags. So, what was I doing? Sheep. Sheep. Attaching head to sheep. Sounds so wrong. So what we're going to do is we have our sheep body and we have our sheep head. Now you can put your head in the middle of your sheep. You can put it on the side. You can put it up top. You can put it down the bottom. This is entirely up to you. I'm going to put this one slap bang into the middle, because then it will look like the little sheep that's there. And that graphic is the template. All the bumps and everything are exactly the same. So I thought that would be a fun little thing to have. So to attach this to this, don't just drive through, otherwise you're going to smush your sheep in the face. No, we need to put the eyes on. Do we put the eyes on first? Don't think it matters. No, you can do this either way. I would say that if you're a fairly hard stabber, you might want to put the eyes on now, but we're going to be gentle. So I'm going to use my 40 spiral again, and what we're going to do is come in and catch that and just drive that down. So what we're doing is just catching the last little bit of that rolled edge. This is so not the right colour to use. Like that. So just catching the edge, and I'm angling my needle so that it's going in towards the middle of the project. It's not a straight down. You don't want to do that, because that will just flatten out the sheep. You want to keep that sort of curve. So I'm just going to go all the way around. I'm going to attach it at the top. And I'm going to attach both sides of the face. And I am using a driving motion now, so I am using pretty much all of my needle, but I'm still only using the light needle. I'm still only using my 40 spiral. I know it's a finishing needle, but I tend to do everything. So there we go. And it does occur to me actually that we should have put the magni on the back first. No, we shouldn't, because otherwise we would hit it with our needles. So I've left his ears a little bit more sort of free form. And you know, if you've done this and you've just gone, oh, I really don't like it, just very carefully, and I'm going to show you because I don't mind. See, it's quite well attached, but just little circular motions, and just really help those fibres detach. And you can take it off. It will look a bit like a hot mess, but that's okay. Don't be afraid of, you know, ripping things' heads off. That sounds really bad. I warned you, people, unedited version of me. Maybe I should stick to just doing videos. So I'm going to reattach my sheep head like so. I'm going to just do this very, very quickly. There. And there's our little sheep. And you'd never knew I ripped his head off. Isn't he sweet? Right. I would, just because it's me, go round and snip off all of these fluffies. I'm not going to do it now because it's not time well spent, but you might want to afterwards. Just and when I say taking off the frizzies, it's just those bits. Anything that's really kind of unruly. I realise now that I'm actually doing the thing I didn't say I was going to do, so put it down. So there's your little sheep. Now we're going to grab that little pinch of white and black. Oh, there it is. Lost my white. Oh no. Okay, so
keep unedited going is one of the comments.
Keep unedited. No, no. My mantra the whole morning has been don't swear on camera. Don't swear on camera. So it's a tiny teeny, this even I think my pocket scale wouldn't measure out, so it's tiny. You do want it to be a bit bigger than you actually need it, and just start by connecting the four sides like that, roughly where you want his eyeball to be, and then just go round and round and round and round and round. And this is very, very light. We're just using the first barb of the needle. I want that to go over that way a little bit more. So I'm going to use my needle, let's see, and say, right, go that way a little bit. You can use googly eyes. You can stick on, let me get the other sheep. And this guy's got little beads, seed beads, or little eyes that are on wires that I just poked a hole with my awl and then glued in. But we're doing all of this with fluff. So you have eyeball options. And then once you get your first little eye, which I think is in completely the wrong place. There we go. Do exactly the same for the next one. So I'm going to roll it. Pop his eyeball down where I want it. And just go round. My second eye is so much better than my first one. Okay, then to finish his eyeballs off, so what I'm going to do, the thought of putting, of course it's the last one, the thought of putting a tiny little black dot of felt in there just fills me with dread. Sharpie, oh yeah. So, oh God, he's cross-eyed. Quirky sheep. It's fine, don't worry sheep, I'll fix you later. So there's, oh God, it looks, there we go. So quirky sheep, as opposed to the other one, which is ninja sheep, and ninja sheep will be explained at some point, probably. So there's your sheep, turn him over, and now let's talk magmies real quick. Here's your magmie, and you've got the bare magnet is this side, and then you've got a plastic sort of back. And there is a tutorial on the YouTube channel which does go through the magmies in a little bit more detail, but I'll do it rushed here anyway. If you face the magnet towards your project with the plastic to the fridge, it's a lighter grab. It's not a real sort of hard grab. If you face the magnet towards the fridge and the flat back towards your felty, that's a much stronger grab. So depending on the weight, these are neodymiums. I think I said that right. N35. So they're N52s, but they're very grabby. So it's always best just to check your magmy with your project. For this one, because it's so light and small, we are going to be putting magnet towards the sheep and plastic towards the fridge. So these have been designed so that you can get a felting needle through these holes. And because I don't always like to sew things. Grab some more of your white, and I'm just going to show you with one or two of these, and then obviously you can do the rest of them. But what I like to do is get a small bit of fluff and then fold it over with the rolled edge like that. Then get a slightly more aggressive needle. So this one is my 38 spiral, and then remember with this, you don't want to be driving right down, otherwise you're going to push fibres out the front of your felty, but just attach those. And then this frizzy bit, or this rolled edge rather, that is going to go down in through the gap. For this, you don't want to be lifting your needle up and down. Just find where the hole is and go up and down in that slot. Then move your needle slightly up and down in that slot. And just go up and down either side. And again, remember, you're not really driving right through. You just want to be using the first few bars of that needle. So that's how you attach. I would personally use all 6 slots. Better to be safe than sorry. You don't have to. Your composition is entirely up to you. But that is how you would attach that to your sheep. So I'm just going to quickly do one more so that at least it won't be hanging. So I've got my little folded piece of fluff. This is so super quick now. And then it goes. And take your time with this, you know, so you don't break your needle. But there, do that all the way around. And oh God, his eyes. So, to finish this off, this little project, what we're going to do is mount him on his card. So he's got his little magmy on the back. And I've got a thank you, so I'm going to do a thinking of you. Let's grab my card out and make sure obviously it's opening the right way. I've done that too many times. So what I want to be doing is putting my sticker, there's my opening card, put my sticker here. And this is, oh, that's thank you. I don't want thank you. I want thinking of you. And this should fit pretty much exactly There we go, onto the card. So there's the card. And then all we're going to do now is take your washer and put that on the inside where your little sheep is. Take your sheep, whoops, throw your sheep. And this is how Ninja Sheep started. And there you go. You've got your little sheep. We've got thank you, thinking of you. There you go. So that's the sheep make for today, for the first broadcast. The mystery make, it will be coming later. But for now, we're going to have a game of FLINGO. So I will be right back. Ta-da! Right, I'll pop that over there. So, before we hop into the FLINGO, what I would like to do is, I would just like to draw your attention to this little fella. Look at this, oh my God! This, in, oh gosh, when was it? January, yeah, January, I launched a sponsored make, and Jamie made Wolusa, which was this amazing snake headdress. It was brilliant. And the idea was that I have so much joy from felting. It was something that I never saw myself doing, and I found felting a little bit by accident. I was reluctantly dragged to a workshop, and I will tell you that story another time. But I decided that I wanted to do something. I wanted to give back to the community that just had brought me so much joy, and my love of felting is just grown exponentially. So I decided that Mum's Makery would sponsor an artist to make a project, to really sort of, you know, to challenge themselves and to do something that they wouldn't necessarily do. And I provide all the materials and they do the project. And Wolusa was amazing, and all of the sponsored makes can be seen on the website. It's under projects, infos and downloads. This is April's sponsored make. The sponsored makes are once a quarter, and which gives obviously the artist time to make the project. And the next artist, you know who you are, is well underway with a wonderful project. So this is April's sponsored make, made by the insanely talented Naomi Coffin. And Naomi, wow, thank you so much for sending it to me, and you're not getting it back. It's mine now. It is very aptly titled Spring Lamb, and even the spring was made from one of our 18 gauge wires, which she coiled around something that was round and long, obviously. I don't know. It's all going downhill now, folks. So this is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Naomi. And I will be getting pictures. Let me see if I can get a little bit of a close-up for you. No, you can see his spring, and that's about it. But this is all Mum's Makery wool. But what I will do is try and get you a little close-up of his fleece, because this has all been done with the off-white Makery wool, and I believe the technique was pretty much like what she did with, or what I just did with the sheep eyes. which is you make little nubs of wool and, you know, attach it to the project. So insanely time consuming. But look at him, look at his face. I'm just going to adjust this camera completely. There we go. There, look at his sweet face. Or her, it might be a her, could be. But anyway, right. So yes, thank you so much for that make. Utterly gorgeous. And I'm serious, you're not getting it back. Love you. Okay, so Flingo time. I really feel like I should have some kind of like game show music or something. Right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start drawing. Word gone. Tags, colour tags. I'm going to start drawing colour tags, and you're going to mark them off. You should all have 15 colours on your cards. Do bear in mind that there is that 10-second delay, and so I will be calling them out. It's not going to be high pressure, high paced, but you know, we're not hanging about. So eyes down, look in. The first one is moss. Oh, we're good for greens. It's emerald. Oh, this is going to get bad. And we've got lovely lilac. I'm cracking myself up. This is so funny. We ought to rename them for games. And we have ash brown. You must type FLINGO into chat, by the way. I'm just reeling these off and haven't told you. You need to type FLINGO in big capital letters into chat. And then 10 seconds later, Peel shagged at me. Yeah. And we've got lichen or lichen. Lichen, not lichen. I keep saying it wrong. Lichen. Spicy pumpkin. You check in chat after each colour I call. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah, marvellous marigold. Followed by marvellous mustard. Running out of emisms. Super sand. That just sounded weird, but yeah, it works. Warm brown. Oh, I didn't actually tell you, there are prizes for this. There are actually prizes for this. There is, yeah. So, just pausing the game for a moment because, you know, it's so high paced. If you call out FLINGO, what you win, what you'll have to do is you'll have to send a picture of your FLINGO card into one of the, just send it to, I don't know, Pixie Sue or somebody, and they will check off the colours. Don't put it in event chat because when the live feed closes, if anything happens, we'll lose it. So just put it into message Pixie Sue or Hayley or one of the Pixies, and they will sort it out, or B, you know, anybody. And what you will win is you will win the first 5 colours on your FLINGO card. You will win 10 grams of all of those 5 colours. So I forgot to mention that there was a prize. It's fine. I've got nothing for G. It's ginger. Gorgeous ginger. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue, does it? Hot pink. Hot, hot.
asking what brown was it, please? Warm.
Warm. Yeah, it was warm brown. I've duplicated ginger. I don't know why I've done that. There had to be one in there that was wrong. And we've got Darling Dusky Pink. Autumn Green. I pulled two. Daffodil. I like daffodil. It's such a lovely colour. And then I pulled Natural Cotton. Anybody flingo yet? Nope, no flingos yet. Okay. I'm running out of space. Now we've got dark brown. I feel like I should be wearing sequins for this, with a feather. I feel like I should have a feather. Oh.
Called out flingo.
We have a flingo. Hang on. Yes, somebody's called out flingo.
According to Sue.
She's looking bewildered. Yes. Okay. So if you would like to send your a screenshot of your card to Sue, Pixie Sue, just message her. She'll confirm with B that she's written down the colours. I'm going to keep drawing because I feel like we should have more than one winner. B's now like, no, I can't do two jobs at once. Don't call anymore. Right, we're going to keep going. Okay. She's like, no.
Do we need to cross off all 15?
For a flingo, yes, you have to cross off all the names on your card. We're not doing blocks or anything. But if you do cross them all off, what you win is the first 10 grams of each colour. So our next colour is off-white. Bee's over there, she's like, I've got so many things to check. She's like typing on two things at the same time. Oh.
Said how to call house.
Pardon?
Haley has said, don't know how to call house.
Flingo. Type in flingo. F-L-I-N-G-O.
Yep.
Apparently my spelling is as good as my math. Next up we've got white. Next up we have bright red. I do love these colours. Magenta. Cranberry. I've put 2 mustards in as well. I was clearly having a day. Oh, I know what I was doing with those 2 colours. I put them in the bowl by mistake. We've got royal purple. I wonder where those 2 tags went. I know. Next up we have chinchilla. Ooh, deep green. I like this one. Candy floss. Have we had any of the new colours yet? No. No, no, they're in there. Bright yellow. Oh, do we have a flingo? You have flingo face.
Not yet.
No? Okay, keep going. Right. We have evergreen. My God, how many colours have we got? Next up we have flesh tone. Fancy flesh tone. No, there's no way to make flesh tone sound. Sparkly. We have fuchsia. Getting them all caught on each other. Sugar plum.
Flingo from
Yo!
Dibble.
Yay! Another flingo. Okay, so if you also want to send a screenshot of your crossed out number colours or over to Pixie Sue or one of them, and then they will verify and you will win the first 5 on your card. So that's flingo, people. I don't think we're not playing flingo later on, are we? No, we're not playing fling. I will leave these here for now, so that have you written them down?
Yes.
Oh, she has. She's such an organised pixie. Right, so I'll leave those over there for now, and I'll pop that down there. So yeah, thank you very much for that. That was quite fun. I think we need game show. I think we need game show music. So very, very quickly, we are sort of heading towards the last sort of 10 minutes or so of our first live broadcast of the day. Woohoo! Yay! And then I can have coffee. Need coffee. Okay, so I do want to take just this moment to say a great big happy birthday to my mum. So that's the mum's mum of Mum's Makery. Happy birthday, Mum. I know I can't see you, but thinking of you, love you. So best mum ever. Thank you, and have a great day stuck indoors with Dad. She's going to be, I can imagine if she's watching now, she's going to be like, yeah, thanks. My mother is where I get my sense of humour. Blame her. Okay, so keeping on with the theme of a spring, we have a new Shades of Spring pack, which was going to be launched at the show, but now we are launching it live today. That is available now on the website, and what I'm going to be doing is any order placed today will also, it doesn't matter how much the order is either, any order placed today is also going to get a little free gift. And the free gift, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's a little something for you. It's not something you can make for somebody else. It's not a template. And no, Hayley, it's not fudge. Just saying, not fudge. But it is a little something for you. When you get it, please do read what's written. Let me just leave you hanging with that cliffhanger. So, Shades of Spring. I don't remember all the colours, but it's up here. Let me grab. I'm wrecking my display for. Here we go. So it's 10 colours of 10 grams. It's ironic that none of you can see this. She stood over there holding up this 6x4 card with writing, and the window is behind her, so all I can see is this square. She's like, here it is, here it is. So I can't read it. I can't read it over there. Oh, I warned you, people, unedited. So what we've got in the Shades of Spring pack, it's 10 balls, 10 grams a ball, so there's 100 grams in the pack. And it contains all of the new colours, because we've got four new colours launching today as well, and those will be going live just after the broadcast, mainly because I forgot to put them up before. So what we've got is in the pack, you've got spring green, you've got leaf green, buttercream. Buttercream, leaf green are two of the new colours. Then you've got lilac, pardon?
Spring green is in there.
Did I not say spring? Right, let's start again. Peanut gallery. So the new colours, let's do them first. The new colours are spring green, buttercream, pink, and bright peach. The peach saga continues. So in this pack, however, you've got 10 colours. So that's spring green, leaf green, buttercream, lilac, bright peach, hot pink, pink, pastel blue, flesh tone, and white. And those are your 10 colours that's in the Shades of Spring pack. For those of you who may want to know, who haven't got the event box, the sheep template and the mystery make, that will be available in the coming sort of week or so as its own item. But I'm not going to say what it is at the moment because it's still a mystery. But I know some of you have already opened it. I know. Okay, so just to round things up, thank you very much for spending your time with me this morning. Do hop over into the Facebook group where there are 3 Pixie Box surprise giveaways. You don't have to have bought the event box for that. These are completely free to all group members. Have a look at the funnies thread that's happening. We've got a couple that we can pop up for you now. This one, this cracked me up so much that I almost snorted my coffee. And basically it reads, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Me arrives at work. So I love that one, that's brilliant. And another one that just caught my eye, made me chuckle, was this one, which was, I smile because you're my family. I laugh because there's nothing you can do about it. And you have no idea, that's my family. So, yeah, they are gorgeous. They really, really are gorgeous. So, like I said before, don't forget there are 3 Pixie surprise boxes that you can enter for. Oh, sorry, my bad. I pushed the wrong button. And we're back. Don't panic. Push the wrong button. Smack. So, yeah, there are 3 Pixie Box giveaways that you can enter. You can enter all of them. Each Pixie has their own box. They've all got a different way that you can enter. Vanessa is name a mum's Makery fudge. Haley's is to put in a single picture, just one entry please, of something that inspires you. It could be a colour, a texture, a picture, something in your garden. You know, it could be anything, but something that, you know, inspires you or that, you know, you feel inspired by. And then Sue's Pixie Box is for guess the colours. And what she has is a blend of 2 colours. And this isn't going to come out very well, I don't think, on the camera, but it's 2 of our colours that have been mixed together, and you just have to guess what those 2 colours are, and all the correct entries will be counted at the end. So, I believe that is possibly it. Is there anything else that I need to...
Behind you?
Sneaky. I've got I'm looking that way, but I'm trying to work out where I'm pointing. Sneaky peek. Sneaky peek. that's coming in the next 2 weeks. The tulip project has been a personal love of mine. Tulips are my favourite flower, are one of them. And this project is going to be available or coming in the next couple of weeks. There's some stuff that I want to do on the tutorial because this tutorial is going to be extensive. It's going to give you different options. You can two-tone them, have them as single colours, have them as single flowers, have them as a bouquet. Closed, open. There's going to be lots that you can do. I'm really putting everything into this tutorial. So, but I think that, as they say, is that. I don't think. But yes, thank you to everybody who has joined us. And I do want to say a shout out to the Pixies. Guys, thank you so much for all of your hard work. There will be fudge in it, Hayley, I promise. So thank you everybody for spending your time with me today. We have lots more going on in chat and in channel. There is Fluff Chat, so once the live broadcast ends, do hop over into Fluff Chat. That is a Facebook Messenger chat. That one, the link is broken. We don't know why. We've tried contacting Facebook, but you can't just join the Fluff Chat. You've got to be invited. Just shoot one of the Pixies a message and say, add me to Fluff Chat. There are posts in group as well where you can find the Fluff Chat post. And just, if you type in hashtag Pixies, or if you tag either Sue Mann, Hayley Belsham or Vanessa Hughes, they will be able to add you to that chat manually. It's a great chat. You can turn the notifications off in the settings because sometimes it does ping quite a lot. Also, you can leave the chat and come back anytime you want. There's no limit on how many times you can leave and join. The options are entirely up to you, but it's a really nice, fun, friendly chat. And it's all about fluff and it's all about fun. Thank you very much for spending your time with me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I think despite the little technical glitch first thing, we got there, we made it. If you've got any questions, feel free to harass the Pixies. And from me, for now, I wish you all a very crafty day.